Progressive uprising marks an existential moment for Democrats. CNN progressives in Congress are finally armed with the leverage they have craved for years and sense an existential moment for their movement. In the fight with Democratic Party moderates over President Joe Biden's $4 trillion agenda, the left's long-held dreams of sweeping reform, most clearly embodied in independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' White House runs, are bolstered by new liberal power to make demands on Capitol Hill. For the first time in decades, calls by progressives for vastly expanded health care, free pre-kindergarten and community college as well as cheaper prescription drugs are not just fodder for hopeless activist campaigns. They are tantalizingly close to reality. So the current impasse between progressive House Democrats and centrist lawmakers like Senators Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona adds up to more than the usual Washington inter-party squabble. It may be a defining confrontation that will determine the future of liberal politics in a brief window of opportunity for generational change. It is therefore not surprising that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's vaunted mastery of her own caucus has so far left her unable to solve a showdown that baffles outsiders, since it could destroy Biden's entire domestic agenda, and with it, the Democrats' case for holding power in 2022 and beyond. House progressives dug in on Tuesday over their refusal to pass Biden's signature $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill unless moderate Senate Democrats sign off on a $3.5 trillion bill to transform the economy in favor of working Americans. "We will hold the line and vote it down," Michigan Rep. Rashida Tlaib said of the infrastructure bill on Twitter, adopting a strategy that could crush Biden's hopes of going into midterm elections with a rare law passed by both Democrats and Republicans. But Manchin says he'll never vote for a $3.5 trillion behemoth that he doubts is needed and worries will damage his coal-producing state with climate change reforms. He is also balking at progressive House Democrats forcing his hand. "Holding one hostage over the other is not fair and not right. It's not good for the country," Manchin said after visiting the White House, with the knowledge that in a 50-50 Senate the bill's fate could rest in his hands. In the recent past, bald political realities might have already caused progressives to fold for the common good of Biden's agenda, especially given the president's desperate need for a win after a rough political patch. But a growing sense of impatience in the Democratic grassroots and the unity of the Progressive Caucus at a time when Pelosi lacks a dominant working majority means the left is feeling emboldened. A sense that a vital moment is at hand for the movement is also exacerbated by recent reversals, like a Senate parliamentary ruling that immigration reform cannot be part of the spending bill and the conservative Supreme Court allowing a law severely limiting abortion in Texas to take effect.